Hey everyone, it's Alec here. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Just want to give a quick shout out on my experience with HTC, the HTC program. So just give a little background about myself. I joined hoping to learn a closing skill. I thought this was like a high income skill that would be useful for me starting, for my business and all. But what I realized in the end, it was more than just the closing skill. So to quickly give a one sentence summary of, if I can give it in one sentence, of what my experience would be in this program, I would call it a transformational, immersive, life-changing event. Okay, I can really honestly say that. I don't really say that much for programs, but to be able to experience this in such a deep level, that's the only way I can describe it. It's unbelievable. And to share with you, where I used to be and where I am now, I just want to kind of give you a background, how I got started this, right? So when I first started in this program, I was kind of at a very low point in my life. I recently quit my job last year in August, and I really wanted to start business. And the reason what fueled that in the beginning was because for the past 15 years, I really felt like I lived a kind of mediocre life. I really felt I could have done more. When I was age of 23, I was working heavily in my father's business, but that business went bankrupt. I went bankrupt, and then I lost everything. My parents lost their house, everything. My parents ended up getting divorced. And then back then, as a young guy, I didn't really know what to do. So I ended up doing what a lot of people do, just travel after graduating, right? So I traveled the world. I went to Singapore and ended up finding a job at Singapore. I worked at a corporate job, and I really thought that was what I wanted to do. I thought, working for people wasn't what I wanted. Maybe, working for myself wasn't wanted. So I thought maybe working for a job it would be good. So I didn't regret that experience. It was a great experience. I met a lot of great people in that company. I was blessed with that opportunity. But deep down inside, I really ended up knowing that I probably can do more. But I just didn't know what to do. And there was a lot of this scarcity mindset then. Like, I had doubts, I feel like I want to do it, but I couldn't break out of that shell and do it. You get what I'm saying? So eventually I ended up having, got married, I have kids, and then I ended up quitting that job, and I moved back to Canada from Singapore. And here I am, last year, thinking, okay, I'll start business. But soon behold, I realized there's a lot of other pressure, from family, friends, who have this expectation of you. They're calling you, hey Alec, why are you doing this? You're crazy. And then you second guess yourself, and I realized I was in a big rut. I lost a lot of confidence in myself that I had deep down inside me. I knew I had it, but it was shattered. It was gone. And all I could think of was a lot of the shame and guilt that kept coming back about what the hell was I doing the last 15 years of my life. Didn't really accomplish much, really. I worked a good job, fine, it's great. I traveled a little bit around the world, it's great. But really, what did I really do that I can say when I die, I'll be proud of? And that thing that I kept thinking to myself really scared me. And not knowingly, that's kind of the underlining reason why I kind of signed up for HTC. I didn't really know that, why I signed up. I really thought I just wanted to learn a closing skill. But after going through this program, I realized that was the underlying reason why I signed up. And I have to say, through that 7 weeks, it was amazing. It's transformational, and it's not just transformational. It was like a journey that you can feel that you're working with other people, hand in hand through this journey together. In this program, I think the biggest strength is I realized I made so much more connections with my fellow brothers and sisters in the HTC program. I realized there's a lot of people out there that also have struggles like me, And I realized that I wasn't alone. And it's not just about the struggles. We're able to share, experience with each other, learn from each other, and also inspire each other whenever we get wins and breakthroughs. And I thought that was amazing because that's kind of what carried me forward to where I am right now. And it's just 7 weeks. And I really got to say, what was also really amazing was, this family. It really felt like a family with the rest of the HTC members. A lot of things I wouldn't share, my deepest, darkest secrets with even my close friends and family, I'm actually willing to share with my HTC family. That's how powerful this was. And not only that, you get to really meet a lot of people with different experiences, different backgrounds, different races from all over the world. And the powerful thing is they're all here. Maybe they want to learn different aspects or different parts of life they want to improve, but they're all here with one common goal, one common vision, which is trying to make a better version of themselves. And that, to me, was actually the biggest epiphany that I learned from this whole entire 7-week program. It wasn't the closing skill. It wasn't the learning how to talk to people on the phone and making sales calls and stuff. What I realized was that made this program so much different from any other sales program out there or any other educational program out there was that it was immersive and transformational and life-changing for the pure fact that everyone was able to start making shifts in their self, powerful shifts in self that would make them take new actions in their life to really take that next level. Now, what I learned is I no longer operate in my lower self. I made this new identity shift that I knew there was this Alec inside me all this time that now I'm able to embrace without any worry about what other people think and how other people judge me, because I'm able to come to grips with being honest with myself, having that decision to accept higher standards for myself, and be able to tolerate what I want and tolerate what I don't want in my life. And that to me is power. And now I really understand why 7 weeks ago when I first started, when I was really worried, scared, with doubts, and I remember that time I got that call, the first live call. I was really nervous, but I had this urge to put up my hand to talk in that first live call and introduce myself to everybody. And I remember that one sentence itself, that one word of advice from Sifu Dan. All he said was, "Alec, it's nice to meet you, but one word of advice. Choose your words carefully. Don't come from a standpoint of weakness. Come from a standpoint of power." And that night, for some reason, after that call, it made this shift in me. It resonated something in me. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was something that triggered me to make that decision right away. That night itself, already I could felt the transformation from that first call. And from that day onwards, as I worked through the 7-week program, now I knew what really Sifu Dan was really saying. It wasn't about power in terms of ego power. It was power in terms of your self-belief power. Power that your own power is unlimited. And it all starts with how you believe in yourself. So now you look at me. I talk with conviction. I talk with confidence. And this wasn't me 7 weeks ago, I swear. I swear to my grandmother's grave. That wasn't me 7 weeks ago. For me to be able to come to talk to every one of you with this conviction in this video that's probably going to be broadcasted to thousands of people in the world, I can confidently say this because I experienced it. HTC, the program, is the real shit. It's the real deal. And I would like to say this to thanks, I like to thank, my new mentors, right? Kayvon and Desmond. They really resonate with me because of how they were able to change their life so quickly, and that really motivated, inspired me. I can do the same. And not only, and last but not least, I have a new Sifu now. A Sifu is a teacher for life, a Kung Fu master teacher for life. It's greater than, just any teacher. I really can say this now that I have this new Sifu, and his name is Sifu Dan, and I can say this proudly because I totally let go of all my mental bullshit and just embraced what he has to teach. And if you're willing to listen, like I say, even just that one sentence, and listen with an open mind and an open heart, your life will change. I can say this because it happened for me. And even though I haven't met Sifu Dan face to face yet, all this time was only live calls. For me to even get this transformation in 7 weeks with just a call, it's totally unheard of, right? And for me, I know that in the 6 to 8 months from now, my future has never looked so bright. Even though I have no fucking clue what it entails. But what I do know is that it's going to be what I want it to be like now. It's going to be what I envision it to be. And I'm going to have control over what I want to do. To be able to do what's best for my family, for my loved ones, my close friends, and not worry about it anymore. Because now I choose to be at a higher self, and there's no more looking back, right? So I'm so excited. I've never been so happy for a very long time at this clarity. And I'm so excited with so much gratitude of what the future entails. I'm so excited. So in the end, there's also one more person I want to thank, and it's not just the one person. I also want to thank everybody from the HTC family. All the brothers and sisters I met. You guys rock, man. And there's only one direction we're all going to be heading, and that's up, right? And we're going to be on that top of the mountain. And for all of you guys here who haven't joined HTC program yet, trust your gut, make that decision, right? And I'll also join you guys on our journey up on the top of the mountain. All right? So that's what I want to share with you guys, all this. I hope you guys found this helpful. And yeah, man, peace out. Share love, and talk to you guys soon.